It's very easy to isolate yourself when you're a maker and only interact with people on the internet. So I think this is a good place for us to get out of our shells.
Nearly 400 blacksmiths, graphic designers, artists, and more met in the Old City today. It was part of the Makers City Summit. It's a chance for the city's small business owners and entrepreneurs to meet and learn from each other. Reporter Cole Sullivan met some of these so-called makers today. And Cole, you said this event is pretty crucial to their success.
Daniel, many of the makers say they already met online, but this is an opportunity to talk face-to-face and learn how to maximize their business.
Thread by thread, Hope Brassfield is stitching together her small business.
I'm actually an embroidery artist.
She works from home, selling embroidery kits and making how-to videos.
This time last year, my Instagram account started kind of getting really big.
In April, she left her job and now embroiders full-time.
I spend my time literally watching television and embroidering things to put on the internet and teach people how to do it too.
She says support from the Makers City Summit to entrepreneurs like her helped make it possible.
The Maker City is what really helped me figure out how can I make this natural money-making enterprise.
Panels on entering retail or building your own shop, plus connecting with experts like Eric Meyerson.
One of the exciting things about social media is how it really changed and leveled the playing field for individual creators and makers.
But every change comes with challenges.
It's really hard to beat the algorithm, and it's getting very expensive to try to boost in a really smart way.
His business uses artificial intelligence to help makers break through the online noise.
We tell you this is the type of content you should create. These are the hashtags you should use. This is the best time of day or of the week for you to post.
Tips that can help Brassfield's business grow. But that's not the only reason she's here.
It makes you feel like a little bit more of a legitimate enterprise than if you're somewhere where you're just somebody who plays with glitter all day.
She's got more than 180,000 Instagram followers, and she says events like today help her figure out how to turn followers into money. Daniel?
It's a cool event. Cole, thanks. And Mayor Rogero also spoke at that event today. She says that there's a lot of new job growth in our community, and a lot of it comes from small business. That's why events like the Maker City Summit are important to have here in town.